Hello everyone. So today unit 1 and module 2 it is the same topic which is phrasal verbs in different contexts. So let's see. So this presentation explore and will let it know how multifaceted natural of phrasal verbs, so casting their usage across various contexts from everyday conversation to professional settings and academic writing. We have already discussed in module 2, but let's see once again. What is phrasal verb? Like combining words, phrasal verbs are a combination of verbs and preposition or adverbs, right? So meaning change. Their meaning often differ from the individual words combined. Informal language. Phrasal verbs are commonly used in spoken and informal writing. So we don't use much informal, but we use in informal writing and in our spoken language, how we speak and all. So we use this phrasal verb in that thing. Here we have some common phrasal verb. So get up. We do say to our friends like, please get up from here. Excuse me, please can you get up? Right? So this get up, we didn't identify that is this a phrasal verb or some verbs, we don't know, but we use it, right? So this get up is the phrasal verb. Look up, so to search for information. So we will be saying, please can you look up to the dictionary, the meanings. So all this is a phrasal verb, but we have to make it into complete sentence. They don't have their complete sentence. We can just say get up, look up, which is not in a complete sentence. Turn on, to start a device, like to turn on anything, like on the fan, turn on the fan, turn on the light, turn on the system, right? Take off, to leave a place, especially by airplane. My airplane has took off, or take off. It will take off after a few minutes. The plane will take off after few hours. So all these things are like phrasal verb. Using phrasal verbs in everyday conversation. Informal. Phrasal verbs add a casual and natural tone to everyday conversation. Right? In informal. Idioms. Some phrasal verbs are idiomatic and their meanings cannot be detached from the individual words. We can't be detached. We can't be verbs plus another like part of speech. No, we can't. For that we won't be saying, yeah, we can use in sentences making, but it won't be saying as, we won't be identifying as a phrasal verb. That will be different. Okay, so you can use verb plus preposition, or preposition plus adverb, or adverb plus preposition. So according to that we have to see. Examples are given here. Hang out, catch up, look forward to. So all these things are the example which is given. So you have to go and look what, how, why, what is phrasal verb, and how to use in a conversation. So it's simple. Phrasal verb in professional settings. We mostly don't use in professional settings because phrasal verb itself is a very informal language if we look it into. But here in the example it is given, carry out, follow up, put forward. All these things like we hardly use, but yeah, we can use and we use in professional, but it is not appropriate, not much. We don't use much in like academic settings or in professional settings. How much we can, we have to avoid. Phrasal verb in academic writing. We don't use much in professional writing and academic writing also. So formal use. Academic writing often favors formal language. So phrasal verb is not at all formal language. Limiting the use of phrasal verbs, so they avoid mostly. Precision and clarity. Phrasal verbs can be used strategically to enhance clarity and precision. Alternatives are there. Use alternatives to phrasal verbs when clarity are used as like paramount. So there are alternatives to use phrasal verbs if we want to in academic writing. So navigating phrasal verbs with non-native speakers. So how the native speakers use? They use a lot of idioms that use a lot of phrasal verbs, which they have the fluency to speak. Okay, cultural awareness. Phrasal verbs vary across languages and cultures. Clear communication. Explain phrasal verbs clearly and provides example. So before we use, we have to tell them and how to use them. We have to provide with an example. Practice makes perfect. This we all know. We have to practice like phrasal verbs also. We have to identify. Encourage regular practice to build fluency and confidence. So wherever we use phrasal verbs, it has to be confident. Okay, so you have to keep in mind in all these things. Best practices for learning phrasal verb. Create flashcards. So we have to use, if we learn phrasal verbs today, so we have to use, we have to think in our mind. We have to use in our daily conversation. Practice in content. So we have to practice even with content by reading books and journals and newspaper. Mostly newspaper also we don't have much, but somewhere some writer they might write. Use online resources. So like these days it is very easy to look at a Google or to search. Like there are many things now, like it has a very easy way to know what is phrasal verbs and all. Engage in conversations. You have to like engage in conversation. You have to talk. Okay. So this is the best practice of learning phrasal verbs that you can use in your daily life and conversation. Contextualizing phrasal verbs in media and entertainment. So in movies, television, comics, it is used. Mostly it is used in all these things. In movies, if we see like they use lots of phrasal verbs because like it is as we say we don't use much in like formal but in informal. So in movies they use phrasal verb are frequently used in movies reflecting natural speech. Okay, in television shows like real world example. So all these things in comics also they use a lot. So you have to read all this. Phrasal verb and cultural nuances. So in phrasal verb can be influenced by cultural nuances, leading to variation in use of interpretation. Be aware of these differences when communicating with speakers from diverse backgrounds. So we have to be very aware. Like you don't need to be afraid. Like it's like I'm giving you warning. It's not like that. It just means that you have to learn. Okay? It is your learning process. Many things to learn more. So first, if you know phrasal verb is like connected with a part of speech. We all know what is part of speech, right? So how many part of speech are there? From that 8 part of speech, we use 3 part of speech. They are verb plus preposition, adverb plus preposition. Okay, so you have to check it out. So thank you.